Hey, hey, namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. Such a pleasure to light walk by your side today. I have good news. It's Friday. It's finally Friday. Friday, January 23rd, 2015. I've been singing that song for 9 years, and the credit goes to my soul sister, Kristen Ryder, who's also the voice of the Do Re Mi. She was on with helping me in the very first year of Soul Garden, and she came up with that little jingle, It's Friday. And everybody loves it, Kristen. Everyone loves it. It's part of her inner child, which I love too. So today we are opening up. It is a true Friday. It's going to feel like that in your heart. The rainbows have come out after the days of showers and turbulence. Step 3 rules the day. Step 3 is I believe. So in essence, we're going to take a peek at our beliefs today, what we really believe and don't believe, and what are the expired beliefs, and what are the self-limiting beliefs as it relates to Aquarius, our belonging. So what we believe about where we belong. It's not necessarily where we do belong or don't belong. It's the beliefs that are supporting or holding us back from where we think we do belong or don't belong. But if you follow the yellow brick road today in your heart, expansion and wonder is what you can expect. Because we truly are starting to place our feet in the Aquarius energy. I'm personally excited for this transit as it continues, because already I'm seeing some awesome Age of Aquarius ideas popping up, sprouting up into discussions on television. I'm seeing it sprouting up into political thinking. So I have a lot of hope that we're going to do well. Over the weekend, there may be a shower's chance of storms. Saturday, and I'm going to talk about in the cosmic clock what the timing is of that and when you can expect it. And we're going to have a revelation by Sunday in your zodiac weather. I'll talk about where that revelation just might occur. But before we do, let's first tame our brain, shall we, with the phrase of the day. I believe in myself, and I'm ready to discover more. Now, the phrase of the day is designed to give our mind guidelines for the day. The mind can go all over the map. And we're learning now as humans to manage our minds. Our mind is not our only state of awareness. We have 12 states of awareness. The mind is only one. Thoughts are only one. So the phrase of the day is designed to say, hey, mind, this is what we want to focus on today. And tomorrow we'll give you new instructions. So today, I believe in myself. This is not a day to question if we're right. I believe in myself. I'm not the problem here. It might just be what I'm manifesting, but I'm not the problem. I believe in myself. I believe in my potential. I know that I know spot. So get into your I know consciousness when I believe in myself. And then once you're in the I know, then you say, and I'm ready to not know. I'm ready to discover more. This, I think, completely empowers you in a sensei consciousness, and this is what I teach in the 11 Steps of Sirius Joy, is that this is a necessary massaging of our consciousness, basically, to prepare for opening ourselves up. A lot of people will fudge up a great moment set up by God for like two amazing people to meet by law of attraction and the whole thing, because in that last moment, they question if they believe in themselves. And it sabotages it. So you don't walk out the door knowing that you believe in yourself, and so you miss the opportunity as a result because you are, going back and forth. Another thing that tends to happen, which is the point of the second part of this, is that because people don't necessarily know they believe in themselves, there is this underlying feeling to kind of hide your ignorance, hide what you don't know, this sort of thing. You try to hide it out of shame and that sort of thing, right? And so when a new opportunity comes to discover more, a lot of times if you don't believe in yourself, you don't take that opportunity. You don't take that opportunity that Creator put in front of you, an amazing one. So it's like, I believe in myself already, and I'm ready to discover more about myself, but nothing in me is wrong per se. All right? And so it is. Because I said so, I thought so. The serious step of the day is step 3, Aquarius, and the ruling state of awareness is I believe. So, in essence, we will change, most likely, what we believe, certainly in the next 36 hours, by Sunday, absolutely. I believe this will be a radical belief change for the world, for yourself and for the world. I'll talk more about that in the Sensei Sunrise. But first, let's kind of colorize and look at our chakras through the weekend. So the important colors, I think, really are the indigo today, as I believe. We are looking through our third eye. We're opening up our third eye vision. When you have self-limiting beliefs, it's like oh, be a good Christian, or be a good Muslim, or be a good whatever, and tilt your head down. Don't look up. The church knows everything, has all the answers. You don't need to ever look up or question, right? So the indigo is whether or not we look up, whether or not we cast forward, whether or not we see things differently at a moment. And this is why the indigo generation on Earth makes the Illuminati nervous, because the indigos are like, no, screw that. I'm looking up. I want to see what's out there. Let's see what's going on. So that part of us is lit up. Then the other part lit up is violet. Violet is lit up, and that, of course, because we're in Aquarius, and we'll be in violet, really, and massaging our violet. Our violets are getting lighter. Remember, everything kind of moves up lighter as we ascend. So I think for some good maintenance, you got to ground all this vibration, folks. Because we're living in our high chakras, you got to take a little extra attention to ground. You can do some deep breaths through root chakra. Let Mother Earth consume all the negativity. Also, I think the third chakra for feelings. That's definitely one that I think is worth some meditation and release on, just so that you are operating cleanly. And of course, always do some breath work through the chakra we're working on in the month, and releasing the past and opening up to the possibilities. So let me give you the dynamics of the architecture of incarnation in the cosmic clock. So here we are in the cosmic clock, and we have moved to step 3 of the sun in Sagittarius. The sun is creeping along now, and we're making our way into Aqua. No, did I say Sagittarius? In Aquarius. I don't know. The 3 always makes me think of a Sagittarius, so my mind just went a little bonkers there. So through the weekend, we're going to get through the first real drama of the transit. And I think we haven't really discovered the drama. I think any turbulence you've had in the last couple days has actually been us leaving the Capricorn transit, moving into the Aquarius transit. But this weekend, the drama will begin. Now, adding to the drama, Mercury is retrograde, and we're at step 16. Step 16 means we are logging into God. And so our minds are in the retrograde, probably more intuitive and psychic than we realize. One, because we're being forced to think differently, and so since the neural pathways have all been forced to change and find new electron paths, we inevitably have more of an option to hear God than we would otherwise. It's like just because we were thrown off our normal arrogant thinking kind of paths, right? Then step 16 is quite literally a 7, which is that we're getting conscious spiritual energy. And when I say God, incidentally, it's anything that you get from the heavens. So your guides, literally God, the Lord Jesus Christ, whoever you talk to, I'm just saying the channel is open. And then we've got this pate going on in the sign of God, which is Pisces, or the sign of spirituality. And the moon was crossing this party yesterday. Today it's in the high heavens of Pisces. So we are emotionally also very high energetically, which means that our emotions are very psychic as well. So today is extremely psychic telepathic. Definitely one of those days that at minimum you'll think about them and then get the text message. Maximum, you'll get 40 commandments from God on your way to Starbucks. Now, this is an interesting thing. We have this square going on that has now hit a perfect step 13. This is the square that has been beating the shift out of Earth for really oh God, I don't even know. I don't have the dates in my head, but it's been over all of last year, okay? And it has hit a very climactic 13 degree, which means that we will have profound change. Now, remember the 13 is what I love and what I believe. In my opinion, if you're going through a lot of hell between control issues, Capricorn, and ego, Aries, Uranus and Aries, so if your ego or your issues of control are firing up, I would say it's because they're operating in the old version of the 3, the old belief that you were operating in. So there is this transition, and part of the transition is, deciding what you do believe in your heart. We'll talk about in the Sensei Sunrise. And then, applying that new belief structure to your arrogant dumbass, which I call the ego. So make sure the dumbass gets the new constitution, and make sure the, really the captain, which is, well, Pluto is the executioner if you want to be that way, but it's Capricorn that makes it kind of decision-wise. But basically, the part of you that takes charge also is taking charge and making decisions by the new belief structures. So if you want to slide fast in the light and surf to Sunday, you want to be willing to change your beliefs and willing to implement them immediately in yourself as soon as you possibly can. I think that'll be the fastest shift you can. Yeah. Well, I forgot I made another slide here. So Pluto is at 13. And this means that, we are nuclear at any time now. Uranus at 13 means our ego is about to have some sort of a breakdown, unfortunately. Egos don't do it any other way than breakdown, just so you know. I've never seen an ego consciousness take a bullet nicely or whatever, like they don't. It's designed to resist, so it's not fun for any of us. It's, probably what a snake goes when it sheds its skin. Must be very uncomfortable. But we're going to have to put down an old ego and let a new ego be born in this 13. And now the two planets are both 13 dead square 90 degrees, this is the point where the world scale, because these planets also represent world issues may take quite a fascinating turn here if you haven't thought it was fascinating already. All right. So as you can see, we got a lot of tension going on up the heavens. Now let's give you a little coaching on how to manage it in the Sensei Sunrise. So the rainbows are out today, and step 3 Aquarius is our ruler. Let's talk you through the weekend and what you can expect. For starters, today we are at I believe, okay? And we are trying to see what we believe about where we belong. I believe about where I belong. Now the moon today is in Pisces, so these answers are coming from God, from our other side. They're coming from our intuition. They won't come from your mind, and I'm sure it's nothing you have thought of before. I want to say that to people. It's nothing you have thought of before. We are taking a whole new level here and ascending now in this Aquarius vibration. Those who are ready to take the elevator up are going up, which means we are leaving behind the ways we have lived for a long time. So tomorrow on Saturday, this is when things get bonkers. The moon moves into Aries and crosses that square between Pluto and Uranus. So the square I mentioned there in the cosmic clock gets emotionally strummed. Emotionally strummed means some idiot steps on your sore toe. You know what I mean? And because it is a step 4 day in a step 4 transit, this is where it gets most nuclear. This is the most nuclear degree of the entire year. Nuclear meaning went in looking like a jigsaw, came out looking like a horse. What? We're talking about like Doctor Who kind of physics. Okay. Which means, I think, with all the Neptune energy and with us facing fears for good and all sorts of things I've been citing this week in this week's shows, and if you want to go back and look, they're all very in-depth about this profound moment. We have been really preparing for some sort of big shift. So I think this shift happens personally. I don't necessarily think that it will manifest in UFOs landing in your yard unless unless you don't watch the show. Then maybe it'll take a UFO landing in your yard. I certainly am a UFO landing in your yard every day. But with the moon in Aries, it means our egos are going to be tempted to fight and keep the old. So we have to really stay with ourselves. That strength of the ego is there, I believe, to be strong about where you do belong. So when you start bouncing off the things this weekend and realize, oh, I don't belong in this family, or I don't belong in this thing, or I don't belong here anymore, I don't belong with this anymore, where I feel I belong is different. The Aries moon might be mad about that or try to fight people about that, or people might try to fight you. And so there's all this going to be this aggressive energy on Saturday. But I believe that aggressive energy will be for you to get the hell out of there and head for the rainbow. All right. So today we're believing and opening new doors that lead to some sort of a breakthrough on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we put it all together. We connect the dots. And since the moon is also in Aries on Sunday, we not only connect the dots, but we feel very strong about that. Our ego gets on board, our emotions come together. So I think Sunday will be a day of clarity, and I think it might be a profound day. I think a lot of people will have some real profound awakenings and spiritual miracles as well due to the alignment of Neptune now at 6 degrees. A lot of spiritual miracles. The universe is preparing. So when we come back, I'm going to give you your daily gong and how to get through the weekend, plus your zodiac weather after this.
Having a hard time with love lasting long enough? How often is your first date your last date? Have you noticed that your relationships last no more than 2 days? They say love never lasts, but in your case, it doesn't even start. Your birthday is a secret soul security number. We know everything about you, how you love, how you lust, and how you like to be lusted by. In one video, you'll understand what you're looking for in love and what you offer. Secrets of Birthdays, now available at secretsofbirthdays.com.
And here we are back at the soulmart.me trading post. I have some new items for trade in the post. For starters, the Sirius Joy Academy is a series of classes, online seminars, and other programs coming out to help people in 2015 stand in their heart, which is what I call Sirius Joy. My next class is reading relationship charts. It'll be available on February 1st, 2015. It's 2 hours, it's in Google+, and you'll learn how to read you and someone special in the course of the class. It is also recorded, and you get a free copy of that video. We have our first children's program in Soulmart and Soulguard. I'm so excited. It's the Superhero Children's Training Program that plants seeds of self-awareness with children. It's interactive. Children are answering questions and participating, and it's based on science and philosophy. It's super awesome and created by Alexis Ann Moore. She's the host of our Modern Mommy show, and she works with your kids in 4 Sundays in a row. So if you want more details, come down to soulmart.me. We're also posting a video this weekend that explains even more. And I'm super happy to announce we're doing a special, one time only at this moment, sale to try the Sirius Joy Personal Sensei service. What is the Personal Sensei service? Well, basically, we take your date of birth and all of your vital information, put it into what we call our artificial intuition engine, and what it does is send the right message at the right time to encourage you. These messages are written by me. And they're written by me every day, where I'm monitoring the planets and saying, oh, anybody with this needs to know that. Anybody with that needs to know this. And AIT is delivering and making sure it's there. It's super fun. It's like I'm walking in the light with you all day long. It's 5 to 7 texts, and it's just $39.95. We're not having subscriptions yet. We're still building that module, to be honest with you, the credit card module. That's like the last piece. So we're like, let's just get started and let the people who are interested give it a try. So I have programmed AIT for a 40-day meditation ascension for each of the 12 personalities through February and March. So if you buy, the program will actually start to guide you through your higher self based on your chart, your numerology, your sacred geometry, and will leave you off April 1st, at which point I'm banking on all of our other systems be up. So if you want more information on this, it's going to be a fun ride. Come down to SiriousJoy.me. Take you straight there. And you can buy a 1 hour and get 30 free. That's right now. If you want one-on-one with me, right? And I always say when I get a reading too, if you get the text messages, they kind of line up. You can get it right now for just $99. Now you know why the sale is ending soon. I'm going to be focusing on the AIT and really trying to guide these people through text messages and focusing on developing some new features of the AIT. So if you would like this, take advantage of this, I recommend you do if you have it in your budget. If you don't, I'll do something for you guys in the future. We'll just see when, you know. And if you want to get in front of me for just $39.95, you can get a 15-minute step reading. I've been doing more and more of these. People love them. When you know your natural born step, you can stay in step all the time. Those details are at soulmart.me. So let's take a look at today's gong. I love rainbows. And today my advice for you and through the weekend is to follow the rainbow. What's the rainbow? It's not Skittles, let me tell you that. Isn't that crazy how our minds are programmed? The rainbow is what our inner child thinks is shiny. what smells good, what tastes good, what's our favorite color. Okay, our inner child is who we are. I believe that. I know that once I'm over in the other realm, I appear as a child because that's what I prefer. Even when I see images of myself sometimes on the other side in the Akashic, it's my inner child talking to me. It's weird. But our inner child is the knowledge of who we are, and we're trying to get ourselves to remember that. So if you're lost on your path, all you have to do is look for the rainbow. God always has a sparkle, a little light left in every scene of everything anyone can ever look. There's always a sparkle right there. We are trained to look at the shadows. We are trained to be afraid of the dark. But if you train your heart and eyes to look for the rainbow and follow it, I promise, my experience, well, I swear that everything I've ever known, taught, and ever coached has led to a pot of personal gold in their heart. They have found the pot of gold. You literally have to train yourself to stay on the path of the rainbow. So follow the rainbow through the weekend. I don't care how cheesy it is. But before you go rainbow shopping, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters. And I'm going to give you a little extra advice and help on exactly where you will be having to respond higher this weekend. So that square with Pluto and Uranus, well, the moon crosses Uranus, it's going to be quite an emotional speed bump. It's not the primary issue. The primary issue is where we belong, but our egos will get kind of punched. So it's like someone stepping on your sore toe, possibly. All right? So this is what you can do. Respond higher with the following. Scorpio, sunny and creative today, but hyper aware through the weekend. Make sure you respond higher with life's daily challenges. So do not get overly angry at a flat tire, so to speak. Mercury retrograde is setting everyone up for this sort of thing, right? And the Leos, step one, sunny and feeling sexy today. Tomorrow, cloudy and kind of pensive. But you want to respond higher with believing in alternatives, okay? Always go higher. There's always a higher way to go. There's always an alternative. Leos tend to kind of feel trapped in a cage at times. Step two, Cancer, sunny and chit-chatty, but you want to respond higher with career ideas and decisions. That means if they say, this is all we're going to offer, you go, screw it, I'm going to try something higher. All right? So you want to respond higher emotionally and say, I'm worth more emotionally. Step three, the Sagittarius is feeling pretty good with step three ruling the day. But through the weekend, you want to respond higher with your heart's calling. That means if your heart wants it, you go get your heart that and more. That and more. Step four, the Aquariuses. Sunny and productive today, but very much in their head through the weekend. You want to respond higher in your thoughts all weekend and in your conversations. Take the higher path in your thoughts and conversations. Step five, the Gemini, sunny and futuristic, I think. They're thinking about the future with those dual processors. But you want to respond higher over the weekend socially and if you're in front of the general public. So take the high road in those cases. The Libras, sunny and perhaps sensitive, maybe oversensitive today. But you want to respond higher over the weekend with yourself and all your relationships. So if you usually beat yourself up, respond higher, be nicer than beating yourself up, and in relationships, respond higher there too. Step seven, the Pisces, sunny and private through today and through the weekend, really lighting up. I think they're going to feel much better. But you want to respond higher with your self-confidence, right? And any money issues. So it's like, oh, I don't know if I have the chance. Oh, yes, we do have the chance. And like, I don't have the money. Oh, yes, we will have the money. Respond higher. Capricorn, step 8, sunny and pensive. They're definitely in their brains this weekend, and then it moves into emotions. You want to respond higher, though, with the way you nurture yourself and also with family members. The way you accept nurturing from others, respond gracefully. Step 9, the air eye, cloudy and private, but you want to respond higher, okay, with any ego reactions or any reactions to others. So yours is kind of a purebred no-brainer, right? Of all the times you could be an ass, this isn't it. Okay. Taurus, the 10s, the step 10s, the heavy ones. Tauruses and Virgos, both heavy, 2 numbers. That's why we're so damn heavy. Sunny and social today, but going cloudy and inside through the weekend. You want to respond higher with inner faith and spiritual intention. So if you thought you had faith before, go up another floor. Step 11, the Virgos, sunny and sentimental today, but getting very, very nitpicky and maybe oversensitive through the weekend. So you want to respond higher when it comes to trusting yourself, trust yourself more, and respond higher with the idiots that trespass, because, you know, people do. So let's look at the Lightwalker Parade and see what we have here in our path to help you on your day. For one, we've got Venus Prime Health, the very final one of fast foods that cause slow death. According to Damon, Pizza Hut will kill you. And I have to say, well, yeah, I'll just be honest. We talk about it in the show. The last time I had Pizza Hut, it really did feel so bad inside. I've released a hidden video. I didn't know this was still hiding on YouTube. It is the final of Astro 300 series, and it's talking about the Earth and being the ruler of Taurus. You can watch it. It's now in the playlist here and available on the Mothership in the Astro 101 playlist. If you're on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. We thank you ahead of time. It helps with our YouTube relationship. And on Facebook, please come be our friend by navigating to soulgarden.me. And you can join our email list where I send out a Namaste Good Morning email every day at soulmart.me. You'll see it there in the menu items. But I have an exciting announcement for those who live in the LA area or maybe even in California. That's right. Namaste Today and SoulGarden.tv will now officially be at the Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo, which is at the LAX Hilton, February 6th to February 8th, in just 2 weeks. Come meet us. We are going to be at media table number 1. We're going to be right in the front door and saying hello to everyone. If you've wanted to meet me, please, this is when I can do it. You know what I mean? So come on out if you can, and definitely say hello. I'm looking forward to getting in front of LA's consciousness, and there's Marianne Williamson speaking at this event. There's some real big lightworker hitters, if you will, and what seems to be, from the website, some really fascinating people I look forward to meeting, doing some cool stuff. So Saturn is in Sag. It is time for us to come together. It is time for us to unite according to our beliefs and help support each other. And I think Conscious Life Expos like this and in other cities are really a good thing at this time. You'll find us there whenever we can be there. Our first one is going to be LAX. Took 9 years to go to a convention, but we did it, right? All right, so now for your rock and roll gospel. Very excited to release this one. Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow is a Grandmaster Aquarius. And the show, All I Want to Do Is Have Some Fun. The song, Mercury retrograde. The song, All I Want to Do Is Have Some Fun. That's such a fun, wonderful song. I think she found as a person, as a film director myself, I think it may be bubblegum or whatever. People think that, but I think, you write a song that makes people feel good. Okay. You do that. It's not easy. I have some respect. She's actually a Grandmaster Aquarius, step 22. And she's a Chinese tiger, just like we were talking about yesterday with, going blank on it. Who was it? So Peter Gabriel. So Peter Gabriel, she's a tiger like Peter Gabriel, and she's Generation Honeybee. She's here to help people organize their lives and heal. So thank you so much. It's been a difficult week, but we got through it together. I'll be back on Monday with more. Check out Soul Garden. Consider the Sensei text message service. It's only $39.95, and I'm with you for 2 months. It's really cool. It's text messages, and I will see you after the weekend. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.
So